Hello, welcome back to my sewing room. My name is Robyn and I do sewing tutorials and all kinds of crafts here on my channel. So if you like that type of video, please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. Today I'm going to show you how to turn this shirt into this bag. It's a quick and easy way to make this. And I did an additional little step that you don't have to do, but this shirt happened to have a few little holes right here, so I cut out an applique heart and put the person's name that I'm going to give this to, because she loves the Georgia Bulldog. She went to this college, and her and my husband have a fun rivalry going because he's a Gator fan and she's a Bulldog fan, and if he sees this in my sewing room, I might get in trouble. So I hope you appreciate this, Debbie, because I'm putting myself in trouble having a Georgia Bulldog in here in this Gator house. So come on and I'll show you how I made this. Okay, to get started, just lay out your t-shirt on a cutting surface. My niece gave me this Georgia Bulldog shirt because it has some holes right here in the bottom, but I'm going to cover that up with a little applique. So it's easier if we turn it wrong side out so you can see the seams. Okay, smooth out your t-shirt, make sure it's nice and flat where you can see the seam. Just going to cut. Cut that sleeve off. Okay, nice and smooth. Like that. And then I'm going to fold this in half. And line this up, make sure there's no wrinkles and it's nice and smooth so we'll have an even cut. Okay, with it folded in half, we're just going to follow this. Some t-shirts would have the neckline would be way up here and you would just cut in a curve like this. But this is a girl's shirt and it has a V cut, so we're just going to follow just below that. Just take your fabric scissors and just follow along this. There you go. Now all we have to do is, now that it's you want to make sure it's right sides together like it is right now, and then all we have to do now is go to the sewing machine and we're going to stitch right here. But before I do that, I'm going to cut an applique out of one of the sleeves using my Big Shot. I'm going to cut this little heart. This heart will be the perfect size to cover up those holes, and then I'm gonna put her name on it with my Cricut. Okay, I'm gonna take the sleeve that I cut off the shirt and I'm gonna turn it to the wrong side. This is the right side. I'm gonna put it to the wrong side up. And then I cut a piece of fusible web, and this is the glue side and this is the smooth side, and I'm going to put the glue side down on the wrong side of the sleeve. And this is Wonder Under. Let's see, where's the English directions there? There's Wonder Under. This is what I'm using. It's an iron-on fusible web, and I make sure it's the size that I need, and I'm just going to iron this, just a dry hot iron. And we're just going to put this against the wrong side And then I'm going to hold this for 5 to 8 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For some reason, red, when you iron it, it turns colors. The first time it ever did that, I thought I ruined it, but it goes back to its normal color. So weird. So let that cool off. And now we're going to run it through my Big Shot. The green Sizzix platform and then the clear. And I'll place this down. And get my little die cut and place it on there. And sometimes I like to place a little washi tape just to keep it in place. And then place this clear one on here. Oh, you know what? These seams are going to get in the way of doing a nice press, so I'm going to trim off these seams because they're going to get in the way.
Of giving a good press. They're too bulky on the edges. It won't press evenly on the die cut, so I'm just going to cut those bulky seams off.
There. Now let's try that again. Sometimes I like to go over it twice just to be sure. There we go. Our washi tape. There we go. We have a perfectly cut applique to iron on to the bag. Okay, I got the front of my shirt where the little holes are, and I'm not putting the back part, I'm just putting the front part of the shirt on my little ironing surface. And here's my applique. I gotta take the paper off. I like to just score it with a needle, and then I can tear the paper off. There we go. And now this is the side that has the glue. So I'm going to place it right where I want it to cover up those little holes. Cover it with a pressing cloth. And it has to be a damp cloth. So I'm going to spritz it with a little water. Okay, now we covered it with the wet damp cloth, and we're going to put the hot iron that's set at wool setting for 10 to 15 seconds. And you don't move it around, you just hold it there. Okay, there we go. And again, it discolors the red for some weird reason. If anybody knows why it does that, comment below. Okay, we'll let that cool off, and then that will be set. Okay, now our applique is on there. Okay, we're going to sew the applique on. I'm going to start by putting my needle down in the very end of the heart, right at the tip. And I'm going to do a fixed stitch, and we're going to do needle stop down. So it'll be easy to go around the curves. Needle stop down. And we're going to sew a straight stitch around the heart. See the needle stop down? When it stops, the foot is up and the needle is down. So it makes it easy to pivot around these curves here and keep your fabric straight so you don't end up sewing part of the shirt underneath. Stop, pivot, and turn. Come up the other side. Let's clip these threads before we come around there and get them all tangled up. And then do a fixed stitch at the end. And all done with the applique. Just clip our stitches. Okay, we finished sewing the applique on, and now we're going to go sew up the bottoms. Turn it inside out. And we're just going to line up the bottom edges. You can pin them. There, now we're going to go over to the sewing machine and we're just going to do a stitch right here, right where the needles are. We're going to stitch right on the other side of this seam, right there. Okay, let's head to the sewing machine. Okay, we're going to take our needle out, our pin out. And I'm going to move my needle all the way to the right. And I'm just going to line my presser foot up with this seam just to make it easy. And I'm going to sew all the way to the right so it's close to this as I can get. Okay, I'm going to do a fixed stitch. Do fixed stitch or back stitch. And we're done. Okay, so we're all finished. Here's our bag. And here's the inside. Isn't it cute? And if you don't need to do an applique or anything to hide any holes, this is super fast to make. Debbie is gonna love this. I can't wait to see her face when she gets this. And here's a little video of Debbie opening this gift.
It's got my name on it. It's got my name on it.
It does.
Oh,
Do you know what it is?
it's a muscle shirt. It's a shirt.
It's a bag.
It's a
a
bag.
bag that you can put things in.
Oh,
Open
it
it
looks
up.
like a muscle shirt.
I know, it kind of does. Open it up and look inside and you'll see that you can carry things in it. It's a little
Oh,
bag.
I love it. This is something everybody needs. This is great. Yes, I think this would be great.
Thank you for joining me today. Have a so blessed day. Bye for now.